See, that's the way to go. You got to get the vote from India.
There you go.
Get them in.
There you go. I mean, I was impressed with it was like a long film, like, getting the mayor involved. That was impressive.
The mayor, the owner, the GM, all in his pitch to get DeMarcus Cousins in the All-Star game.
He might want to do that pitch though for the other Western Conference coaches. That might have been the trick there. If you get them, they might vote him in.
Here's the big question: how did Shaquille O'Neal not show up in that video?
That's
the
right.
Minority owner of the Kings.
Shaquille is one of the owners. He should be in that video. He's been a mentor to DeMarcus Cousins. Where's Big Shaq?
Calls himself the Black Jerry West. If Jerry West was part of the Kings, he would probably be in the video.
I agree.
Come on, Shaq. Well, that takes us right into the third returns for the All-Star battling. This will be the last time you see it before the final tallies are in. And take a look at the backcourt of the Eastern Conference. So far, if it were to end today, Dwyane Wade and Kyrie Irving would be your starters. Do you like it?
I like it. I'm not surprised with those two. I'm a little surprised Ray Allen's that high. Go ahead, Ray. Represent the old guys. But Wade and Irving certainly the two best probably guards in the Eastern Conference.
Let's look at the front court. Remember, this is the second year, no center. It'll just be three front court players. I mean, in terms of stats, yeah, Carmelo Anthony's second in the league in scoring, but does he belong to be one of the starting forwards right now?
Well, this is all about the fans.
Right.
And the fans, I think, have fallen in love with this Indiana Pacers team, and in particular, Paul George, a rising star. Certainly, the votes don't lie. It'll be interesting to see who will be the starting forward along with LeBron James in the All-Star game.
Yeah. On to the Western Conference. DeMarcus Cousins not among the top three. It is Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard, and Blake Griffin at this point. We showed you DeMarcus Cousins. He right now is 11th among the forwards. But Kevin Love and DeMarcus Aldridge, two guys in the MVP conversation. Fans maybe want to get them into the top three there.
I think you're right. I mean, it's amazing that you could have somebody who's actually an MVP candidate who's not a starter in the All-Star game. It's amazing.
In terms of the Western Conference backcourt, well, this is pretty competitive here. Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, a whole lot of injured guys. Jeremy Lin's even missed a bunch of time this year. One thing to note here about Steph Curry, and we thought this would happen before the season, the Warriors played the Lakers 2 games in China, and they really felt that would help the Warriors and Lakers get additional votes because of all the people in China that got to see them up close in person.
It's a great point. I mean, Steph Curry is an exciting young player, emerged last season as an elite guard, and certainly going to China, playing against the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant wasn't playing, but they're a popular team in China. That may have played a role in where he's at right now.
Now, you played in the All-Star game or were selected to 7 All-Star games. Kobe Bryant's been selected to quite a few. But he's doing what most would consider a pretty admirable thing right now, saying, listen, I probably won't be able to come back soon enough to be able to make my stamp or make my mark on the game. So my advice would be to vote for some of the younger guys, the Damian Lillards of the world. I think there's only one. I don't think there's more than one Damian Lillard. Because they're more than deserving to be out there and playing that weekend. What do you think of what Kobe's saying? Hey, put the guys who've been out there playing who deserve to be out there.
Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, Kobe Bryant has been one of the elite players, an ambassador to the game. The Damian Lillards of the world are still going to probably, hopefully, make the All-Star game, but to get the experience to be a starter, that doesn't happen a whole lot. Lillard is playing at such a high level. Portland is off to an amazing start. He has improved. There's no sophomore jinx this year. He is one of the top point guards, and you have to put him into that conversation. And so Kobe Bryant recognizes that, as we all do. And who knows what happens in terms of the voting the next week. The fans, and then when it comes down to the coaches, are going to have a hard time making a decision because of all the injured players this year. In particular, you look at the backcourt guys that are been on the sidelines. You know about Derrick Rose and Rondo hasn't played a game this year. Deron Williams is now out for at least one more game for the Nets and could be much longer. Al Horford lost for the season. Brook Lopez out for the season. This list can go on and on and on. In the Western Conference, some notables that are on the shelf right now. Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Westbrook Bryant, Marc Gasol. We still haven't gotten a timeline for when he's going to return with his knee injury. This is not fun for the fans and coaches with all these guys banged up. It really is. Unfortunately, the storyline this year has been the amount of injuries in the NBA, and I guess the storyline for the All-Star game is going to be a number of All-Stars out. It's unfortunate, but the great thing about our league is that there's still some great players that will get a chance that maybe normally wouldn't. And I think the All-Star game is going to be as exciting and as entertaining as it's always been.
Grant, you referenced it earlier. You were injured a few times during your career, and especially now when you're trying to make that push to wrap up the first half, what's your role as a veteran who's banged up behind the bench or maybe at the end of the bench in street clothes? And by the way, looking good in those street clothes.
Well, I had a lot of practice, but thank you.
What is your role at this point, still being a leader, but yet not being able to participate?
Well, it's tough. I mean, I think, first of all, two things. One, you have to work to get healthy. You have to put your time in with treatment and getting yourself prepared so when you do come back, you can help your team making that run for the playoffs or positioning for the postseason. And then two, staying engaged. You know, sometimes when you're hurt, you're on an island, you don't feel like you're out there with the guys in the foxhole day in and day out. So continuing to stay engaged, going to practice, being in the meetings, interacting with your teammates, that's important. I think it's important while you're out, but it's also important for them to hear what you have to say. You're an all-star. All those guys, their names, they're stars in this league, and they're very important to their team and the success of their team. So hearing what Kobe Bryant has to say, Chris Paul, Marc Gasol, that can, you know, their insight, their intellect, their understanding of that locker room and that team can only help a team while they're out.
And trying not to lose that chemistry so when you do come back, it's not an issue.
I agree. That's it.
Well, unfortunately, there's some more injury news tonight. Eric Bledsoe reportedly out indefinitely. ESPN saying tonight that the guard, who was slated to be out 1 week, will be out an extended period of time after right knee surgery. Bledsoe, certainly a candidate for that All-Star game, has had a great year in his first season in Phoenix. But he will be lost, according to ESPN, for an extended period of time.
I'm so sad to hear that. I played with Bledsoe last year with the Clippers. Our lockers were right next to each other. He was like a little brother to me. He finally got a chance to get outside of Chris Paul's shadow, and he and Goran Dragic have played great basketball, and to hear that he's going to be out indefinitely, I'm certainly sad to hear that. In his name, I mean, he obviously could have been in that consideration as an All-Star with all these injuries and his performance thus far. If he had been healthy, maybe he could have been an All-Star.
Arguably the best backcourt in the first half of the season in the NBA, him and Goran Dragic.
The Slash Brothers.
The Slash Brothers, I like it. I really do. Make sure you stay tuned to NBA.com for the latest on the status of Eric Bledsoe and the knee injury.